Hey y'all, this is attorney Eric out of the nest with attorney Tom and Associates. Today I'll be reacting to a video titled Wise Guy Decides to Test His Limits Doesn't End Well by Code Blue Kim. So let's get started.
On October 11th, 2022, an officer was on patrol when he observed a male subject riding a bicycle without a front light in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Stop. 62, he's not stopping. Male white. Gray sweatshirt, ball cap, blue jeans, northbound on George.
Okay, so,
The officer activated his emergency lights and noticed Keaton turned to look at him, but still refused to stop.
there could have been a simple mistake. He could have not heard him. He was riding his bike. Maybe he had headphones in. Who knows? But at that point, it's not really clear whether or not this person on the bike, Keaton, heard the cop told him to stop. But again, once the officer saw that he was without a bike light, he had reasonable suspicion to stop him. And that's all that's required in order to stop someone and conduct a police interview with them. So
He is still continuing north towards
really
Sioux.
look back at the officer. At this point, he should have stopped. He's been made aware.
Another officer pulled up alongside him, ordering him to stop. Keaton claimed they had no right to stop him and continued to flee on the bicycle for several blocks.
Clearly evading arrest.
Stop the damn thing. You got a bike light out. It's just a damn bike light.
So again, reasonable suspicion is this lower standard that cops require in order to be able to conduct a traffic stop. And they have to have reasonable suspicion that you committed a crime. And in Wisconsin, you must have a bike light where this incident's taken place when you are riding at night. And so once the officer saw that he did not have a bike light on his bike, that's enough for a traffic stop. So he needed to stop. The person here is not cooperating and refusing to stop.
Bike light. There's an ordinance for that.
Again, the officer's telling him about
Then
the
you'll be done.
ordinance.
You don't need anything else. All you are is looking at tickets. If I have to get out and chase you, you go to jail automatically. Because you don't have a bike light and you ain't stopping for police. What's the point? Why does it have to go to this dude? Why does it? Because you won't stop. You're the one making the
Y'all can see
decision,
him
not
on the
me.
left side of the screen there.
But
He's
you need to
still
stop when a
riding
cop
and
asks you to
talking
stop.
to them and not
Says who?
stopping.
An officer ahead stopped at an intersection to create a perimeter and help contain him from fleeing further. As Keaton attempted to hop the curb away from the officer, he was decentralized from his bike.
Decentralized? What does that look like? Oh, yeah. Not centered. That's for sure.
Once he fell from the bike, the officer felt immediate pain in his shoulder.
On the ground. Get on. On the ground. Get on.
I didn't do right now. Get on the ground. On your face. Why don't you listen to it? Why don't you guys listen? I didn't do anything. I already explained it to you. Oh, I didn't have a bike light? Power hungry cops always trying to with somebody.
Guess what? If you would have just pulled over, it wouldn't have gone
Guess
this way,
what?
right?
If you just off and let me go home, it wouldn't be. None of us would have this problem.
Okay. Are you injured?
Yes.
Okay, what hurts?
My shoulder. What do you think?
Okay, well, we got an ambulance coming. All right, well, you can just go to jail. John Mills.
For what?
For resisting now.
How do you figure?
How do you figure? Because you didn't stop. I got out of my
I
car.
don't
told you
need to stop.
Yes,
I wasn't doing anything.
The only thing I was going to do is stop you and write you a warning for not having a
A
bike light.
warning for not having a bike. Really?
That's exactly
you have
what I was gonna
nothing
do.
better to be doing right
That's
now.
exactly what I was going to do.
You have nothing better to be doing.
Nope, this is the best as it gets.
Again, so at this moment, all the police officers were planning to do was stop him because he didn't have a bike light on. And all they needed for that was reasonable suspicion. But instead, he decided to just keep going, think that he didn't have to stop, incorrectly believe that he didn't have to stop while he's, upset and wishes that he didn't get handcuffed and put on the ground and hurt his shoulder when she started to evade arrest. Then that's a bigger crime.
Riding my bike home and I get you guys tackling my fucking thing. And laugh too when he ain't finding nothing.
No, I'm just going to search you before you go to jail is all.
Go to jail for what?
Resisting, possibly causing injury now.
Oh, causing injury?
Yeah, I know. My another officer needs medical attention.
Oh,
too,
he
so
needs medical attention for
Yeah,
what?
I
Does he
don't
have
know.
asthma?
I haven't talked to him.
Oh, I'm sure you don't. Damn.
Why didn't you stop?
Because I don't need to. I was
Against-
biking.
Well, when an officer has their lights and sirens behind you for multiple blocks.
He didn't have it behind me for multiple blocks. He just lit me up. He initially told me to stop. I said, no,
was
I'm going
for
home.
multiple-
Goodbye. All right, did we form a conclusion yet? Are we good to go?
No, you're going to jail, like I
I
said.
don't care. Oh, battery? Are you for real? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Y'all bogus.
Man, okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm causing injury? Why don't you look at my face, my neck, my shoulder, my hip? Yeah, but your officer, what, maybe got a little scratch? Aw.
It could have been so much more simple.
Yeah,
if
it
you
could
just
have been, but like, what was the problem?
It's
a
a
bike light.
verbal warning.
So let me know.
We stop people all
I
the
was
time
biking,
for that.
you know? I'm on my way home. I'm not up to no. I was at the bar. I pushed a couple buttons, and then I went to bike home. And dude's trying to tell me to stop. For what? Ain't no reason to.
It's just like a normal traffic stop if you were driving without your lights on. Same justification on if you're biking without a light on.
They later discovered he didn't even have any warrants or bonds.
10-4. Don't even have any warrants, bonds, anything.
Exactly.
And you decided to run. That was pretty stupid,
Because I had no
wasn't it?
reason not to.
So the woman police officer there did, very clearly explain to him what the scenario was here, which is that it was just like a normal traffic stop. Even when you're on a bike, on a scooter, anything like that, if you're in some sort of moving vehicle, a police officer can stop you as if it was an ordinary traffic stop, as long as they had reasonable suspicion. Again, they had reasonable suspicion here, and so they were able to stop him. He continued on his bike after being made aware that he had to stop, and then was riding side by side with the police officers as they were chasing by him, telling them, please stop so that we don't have to arrest you for evading arrest. And so that's where we're heading to. All could have been avoided. Again, they just said he had no warrants, no bonds or anything like that out for his arrest. So all he had to do was literally just stop, comply with the traffic stop. If nothing was going on in this guy's life and he wasn't actually committing any other crimes, there really was no reason for him to not just stop and comply with the traffic stop. In Wisconsin, for an officer to make an arrest for evading police, they generally need to have probable cause to believe that the person committed this crime. A person who is knowingly aware and can see the traffic lights going on and has been asked by the officer to stop multiple times. Once they know that it's a police officer, when they do not comply, the officer then has the probable cause to stop them, to arrest them, even without a warrant for evading arrest.
No reason not to.
Yeah, meaning
You just had every reason to just hop out and say, hey, what's going on? I would have wrote you your warning. You would have
because
been on your way.
again, I don't with cops. I have no quarrel with y'all motherfuckers, and y'all shouldn't have it.
Unfortunately, not messing with cops is not enough of a reason to not comply with the traffic stop. And so, yeah, he just kind of keeps digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole here.
Any with me?
I don't have any with you.
You do, apparently?
No, yes,
This is
you
all
did.
you.
You,
Why
you
you wanna
refuse
look me
to.
up?
You refuse to obey a lawful
Because
command.
who are you? I go give a less if you got a badge or not, dude. You ain't no better than me.
I never said I was
You're not
better
my
than you.
father or my mom.
Well, I'm glad because I'd be pretty disappointed.
You know what? Know what the
Well,
that
hear
was
that.
like,
Sit
dude.
down.
So yourself. What's your name?
Officer
LeBrec?
LeBrec.
Get Ben. Can I ride like in your car or something? If like I'm actually going, that'd be really cool because you're the only one that's actually like not trying to be on some
The
tough
cop
guy.
put back with one little
Sorry for
joke
my language.
about, man, I would have been disappointed if you were my kid after he said, you're not my mom and dad. And that got a big reaction from him. But again, you have to listen to police. No matter the situation, if they stop you, all it requires is reasonable suspicion that you are committing a crime. So until they conduct the traffic stop and determine whether or not you're actually committing a crime or traffic violation, you have to comply with the traffic stop, and you are not allowed to leave until they give you permission to leave. And he didn't even let it get to that point. He didn't even comply with the traffic stop. He just started evading immediately.
Is Hondo okay?
Crybaby, dude.
Dude, just stop.
No, like this is bullshit. I just got f***ing sacked off my bike.
Is
Just
your
stop
shoulder
it.
dislocated?
You shouldn't have tackled me.
Just have
Is it dislocated?
I didn't do to him, and I'm gonna catch a charge for it.
Yep.
As if, dude.
Yeah. Well, this whole situation could have been avoided.
Yeah,
if you
this
just
whole
would have
situation
stopped.
could have been avoided. You could have been out doing something worth the time.
I told you this is as good as it gets, bro.
This is as good as it gets. Somebody on a bike.
Yep.
Find a new job. Is this your car?
That's
My
all.
car.
Can I please
Sorry,
ride
man.
with you? You're like the only one who's been cool. I'm sorry for like
No,
whatever. You really can't
just go in
transport.
there.
Really?
No, he's making the arrest.
Yeah, good one, bud. Another one for the notch forward. It's not a felony charge, right?
It is a felony charge.
Are you f***ing serious, dude?
Nope.
Wow. Wow. What the ever, man. You realize how badly that me, right?
Well, I'm not the one that chose to run from the
Yeah,
police.
whoever the dude, A, man. I swear to God, if this charge doesn't get dropped, dude, that's it. Like, my life is basically over. Great. But some you don't land on your bike. Congratulations, now you're fucked. Because you didn't stop and anything you didn't stop. Are you the one that said that about if you were my dad, you'd be disappointed too?
What's that?
You're the one that said that, my dad?
I just said I'd be disappointed if I was your parents.
Well,
yeah.
that's not... I didn't ask for your opinion as far as that's concerned. It's pretty up.
Okay, well,
You should be very careful what you say to people. You don't know their situation or their story.
You're right, I don't. I apologize.
Keaton was charged with felony resisting an officer causing injury and misdemeanor disorderly conduct. He also received a $160 citation for operating a bicycle without lights during dark hours. He was released on a $2,000 signature bond.
Yeah, here we have it. I mean, he was charged with a felony resisting an officer causing injury. Did not realize that Wisconsin had that additional level of felony for when you're resisting an officer and you cause injury to that officer. So this was really just a case where the individual here just decided to comply with the original traffic stop where there was reasonable suspicion. All of this could have been avoided, but instead he got tackled, hurt an officer. Well, an officer got hurt while tackling him because he just wouldn't stop his bike. He was followed for 4 blocks and told, please stop, you have a bike light out. That's the reason for stopping you. You know, he obviously wasn't familiar with the laws that require you to stop, even for any sort of traffic law violation. And yeah, I mean, that's the situation that happened here. And so once he was resisting arrest, once he was evading the police, they had every single right, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever your opinion is on it, they had the right to stop him, potentially arrest him, which they did. Going to be booked with that felony. He has that misdemeanor and he's going to get that traffic ticket for riding without the bike light. But in that situation, in this situation, it really was just much simpler. Could have just stopped, could have maybe just received a warning, but instead it ended up getting so much worse. And he wasn't helping with himself with any of his commentary. That's it for today, y'all. Thank you very much for watching this video with me. You know, sorry I couldn't give y'all more pointers, but again, it was pretty clear cut what, you know, the way that this situation could have gone and the way that it could have been improved on. The worst case scenario could have been avoided, and instead he was booked here and charged with the felony. So thank y'all very much, and see y'all next time.
Big verdict.